Welcome to the instructional video on completing the IDEM lead service line template for the non-transient, non-community water systems, or NTNCWS. This template can be downloaded from the IDEM website. Before jumping into the template, let's talk about the essential component of the water systems. A service line is a pipe that connects a property or building to a water system or source. Service lines can be made of various materials, such as lead, copper, galvanized iron, or plastic. There is no split in ownership for the non-transient, non-community water systems. In this image, you can also see some examples of a non-transient, non-community water system, or NTNCWS, service configuration. In this video, we will walk you through the step-by-step process of completing the template. This spreadsheet provided by IDEM will capture the necessary information to complete a water service line inventory as required by US EPA lead and copper rule revisions. It can be readily uploaded into an online portal that IDEM will use to receive inventories and make the information publicly accessible. The IDEM template consists of 3 worksheets: instructions, inventory methods, and detailed inventory entry. The instructions sheet is a general overview of the template. The information on the inventory methods page will not be pulled into the online portal, but it is a good idea to fill out this section to be prepared to answer the questions on the portal. Part 1 of the inventory methods sheet includes recorded information like a historical data review, tap cards, permits, etc. Be sure to provide records along with the level of confidence, selecting options of high, medium, or low. Part 2 is for identifying lines during normal operations, and Part 3 is for methods used to identify service line investigations. Note that the certification at the end of this sheet can be left blank. Now, let us focus on the detailed inventory entry sheet, where you will provide specific details about the service lines in your water system. Starting with columns A to H, you will fill in general information and location details, which are required fields highlighted in pink. If the system has unique identifiers already assigned to each service line, they may be added in column A, and otherwise, the online portal will assign one if they are left blank. You can see that we have already entered an example system called XYZ and the required location information. Enter the construction year in column I. Service lines for buildings constructed after March 1st, 1987 can be assumed to be non-lead. Here, we enter 1995 as an example. Column J asks whether this location serves a sensitive population, such as schools or daycares, which may be more vulnerable to lead exposure. Let us assume this system serves a school community. In column K, non-transient, non-community water systems get financial support from the IFA. The Alliance and its partners will offer free training and hands-on assistance in completing inventories. Hence, we would enter No for this column. Now we get to the gray columns, which contain information for the system-owned portion. Typically for non-transient, non-community water systems, this portion is the entire service line. In columns L and M, specify the service line material classification, if known. Select the type of material from the drop-down menu. You can see here all the types, including lead, different plastic types, galvanized, copper, and unknown. For our example, we will select galvanized iron from the drop-down. For column M, answer yes if the service line is known to have been lead. Columns N and O require you to enter the service line installation or replacement date. For our example, we enter the service line installation date as 1996 and the appropriate pipe diameter as 2 inches from the drop-down menu in column O. While this pipe is 2 inches, if the pipe's diameter is greater than 2 inches, it could be assumed non-lead. The next 3 columns are methods used to determine the pipe material. These columns help determine if you have sufficient evidence to verify the service line material. Column P asks for basis of material classification. Suppose the service line material classification is based on visual inspection. Select Visual from the drop-down menu in this column. For instance, if the material has been verified and the method used was visual inspection, select Yes in column Q. And as an example, we assume the visual inspection was done at the building. Enter field verification as September 1st, 2023 for column S. Column T is for any additional information regarding the methods of service line inspection. Columns U to AB are typically not necessary for non-transient, non-community water systems, since there is no split in ownership. We enter NA for non-applicable in the required fields. Columns AC and AD require you to select appropriate values from the drop-down menu to indicate the presence of a lead connector and lead solder in the service line, respectively. Note that a lead pigtail gooseneck connector, or lead solder, does not make it a lead line if there is no lead downstream. For instance, if there is a connector, or lead solder, choose Yes or No in columns AC and AD. Column AE provides space for other connections if necessary. For example, if there are any additional details about lead components, explain them in this column. In column AF, choose the building type from the drop-down menu. Since we had assumed the sensitive population to be school, we can assume it to be an elementary or a secondary school for this column. Columns AG to AI ask if it is known whether a point-of-use treatment device, such as a faucet filter, is installed, whether the interior building plumbing containing copper pipe with lead solder was installed before March 1987, and whether the location is an approved tier site for LCR compliance sampling. Choose Yes or No from the drop-down for these columns. In most cases, this is only relevant to CWSs, or community water systems. Columns AJ and AK require information about any lead service line replacements done previously. Since this is a non-transient, non-community water system, we only enter the date in column AJ, date of system owned LSLR, if they have been replaced at any point. Lastly, columns AL to AP will automatically populate based on the entered data. You can see that the spreadsheet has assigned a Tier 5 sampling tier. Completing the IDEM lead service line inventory template is a vital step in safeguarding drinking water for current and future customers. You can log in and enter your service line details using two ways. 1. Manually enter the service line details, or 2. Upload the template online. You can upload the template here. For more information, please visit IDEM's or the Alliance for Indiana Rural Water website. Thank you for watching.